It's just a pickle. It's the Eddie and Webby show, but it's just a pickle.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a pickle. The Eddie and Webby show, but it's just a pickle. It's the Eddie and Webby show, but it's just a pickle.
Oh, hey, how's it going? This is Webby, not Eddie.
And I'm Eddie. And this is our 103rd podcast.
Oh, yeah, episode 103.
That's right. And it's another episode of Just the Pickle, where we're bringing back old pickleball content. And we're scraping off all the non-pickleball related things to give you just the pickleball content from the old ones. Guys, by the way, couldn't make this episode possible without our friends over at Volare Pickleball, who we've recently partnered up with. Guys, if you want to get the best pickleball paddles in the game and some of the best gear in the game as well, visit Volare.com. Use coupon code PB for life, and that's going to get you 10% off your order. Can you believe that, Webby?
No, that is awesome. It's very cool. Thank you, Volare, for offering that great deal.
That's right. Go check them out, Volare.com. Coupon code PB for life. Well, Webby, tonight, again, I'm going to see if you can guess who the guest, or in this case, guests were.
Ooh, guests.
This is from March 12th, 2020. It was right after the 2020 Florida Grand Slam, where you came down and we live streamed a bunch of matches and had a great time at Simone's tournament there in Bonita Springs. It was also kind of right as the world was shutting down from COVID.
Yeah.
We had another two guests at once. They were both in the same location. We were not. They both star in what I think are some of the best Jigsaw health commercials out there. And they're boyfriend and girlfriend, and she has a wicked backhand. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Not today. Actually, yes, today I do know exactly who you're talking about. That's got to be Lucy Kovalova and Matt Wright.
Yes. We got a chance to hang out with Lucy a little bit at the Florida Grand Slam and get to know her a little better. And man, she's really funny. It was cool to see kind of the personal side of her, because typically all we saw before was her on the court, and she can be pretty intense. But off the court, man, she's a riot, right?
Yeah, that Florida Grand Slam, that was the first time I had ever met her in person, and I was very surprised at how funny and nice she was, because like you said, very intense on the court, but super, super nice and funny in person.
That's right. Again, this is from March 12th, 2020, episode 62 of the Eddie and Webby podcast. Here we go. We're going to bring you Just the Pickle with Lucy Kovalova and Matt Wright.
We are joined by two very special guests who are both extremely talented and successful competitors in the world of professional pickleball. They can frequently be found on the medal stand in the biggest tournaments each year, both apart from each other and as a team. In fact, they make such a great team and have such good chemistry that it extends well beyond the pickleball court. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Matt Wright and Lucy Kovalova. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey, how are you?
Good, Eddie and Webby. Great to be here.
Nice. Thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us. We're super excited to chat with you both. This is, it's going to be a lot of fun.
We agree. We've been looking forward to this, so thanks for having us.
Yeah, for sure. So this first question is for both of you, but because I'm a true gentleman, I'm going to have Lucy answer this one first, because ladies first. And this is actually something I'm pretty sure neither one of you have ever been asked this question before. So can you please reveal this to the world for the first time ever and tell us how you got into pickleball?
What a nuanced question.
Yeah, that's a great question. And actually for this one, I like to answer first because I know more details than Matt. So Perfect. How I started, it was basically Matt and two other friends of ours. They wanted to play a different game called something like paddle tennis. And they needed a fourth person. And they were like, oh, Lucy, you can come with us. You kind of don't suck that badly, so I think you can just be fine. I was like, okay, sure. Like, I can be your fourth, no problem. So I got into rotation occasionally, and then they needed the fourth more often. So I'm like, oh, okay, so I guess I'm not that bad. So we kept playing, and then it was Matt and Jack Oxler and me, and usually the fourth.
Chris Heck.
And then usually like Matt and Jack, they like figure out what pickleball is. And then they studied the rules and watched YouTube videos and stuff. And it was like, let's start playing pickleball. And I was like, okay, sure, whatever. I'm just happy I made a cut to be here. So then we start playing, and then one night, guys were like, let's play US Open because it's going to be a great tournament. And I was just like, sure, whatever. Like, I didn't think they're serious at all. And then they were just like, they followed up, and it's like, yeah, let's buy a flight ticket, let's play, and we're going to play all those divisions. And I was like, I think you guys are crazy. I think I've never even seen a female player before in my life. Like, I can't compete. And they're like, no, we're going to be great. We're just going to, like, dominate the sport. I'm like, okay, whatever. So then we came to US Open, and that was our first tournament ever, and that's how we basically started.
Wow, man! So the first tournament ever was the US Open. That's pretty wild. That's kind of a big deal. Nice.
Yes,
and
but
so
we didn't know because.
So what was it actually?
No.
Was it the pro level that you played in that first tournament, or what level was that tournament?
So actually, we enter every division I think we could have because we just didn't know how it actually works and we didn't know what to do. So we are playing together from beginning. So we enter the 19 plus mixed doubles, and we actually play against Kyle Yates and Jennifer LaCour in the final.
Wow.
In like the furthest court possible, in the corner, like court whatever 16 or something. I don't even remember.
And I'm sorry to interrupt you, but a little unknown fact that gets overlooked many times is in the semis of the 19 plus, we played two 4.5s. You remember this? It ended up being Joey Farias and Catherine Parento, who they had just come on the scene as well. But we saw it, and we had a good feeling that we were at least 5-0s. And so we see that we play these 4-5s in the semis. We're kind of like, oh, we got a great draw. We play some 4-5s. And then I'm out there warming up like you always do, and then you kind of maybe come together real quickly, before the match starts and say, hey, did you see anything with the person you were warming up with, or that you were looking? I was like, the guy, like, I didn't see her hit, but he's good. Like, he's real good. I don't know. I don't see how he's a 4-5. And so we ended up beating them, and I give Joey a hard time and was like, yeah, you guys were sandbaggers. Nice rating there. And sorry, go ahead.
No, you can finish. So actually, the first ever we played mixed together, it was against them, and we just knew them because Kyle was on the poster and Jen LaCour was a legend. So, Joey.
Joey's chiming in. He says, actually, 4.23. Sounds about right, Joey.
Nice.
So it was our first experience, and then we were like, oh, I guess we can hang. We're not that bad.
And you know who else I think was in that draw was Ben. I don't know if Ben's watching. He'll have to chime in if he was, but I think he played the 19 plus as well. So that ended up being a pretty loaded draw in retrospect.
Yeah, sounds like it. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah. So Matt, do you have anything to add as far as like your first encounter with pickleball?
No, it's like Lucy said. We were playing a kind of a makeshift tennis game around here with an $8 McGregor paddle, wooden paddle from Amazon with a deflated tennis ball. We would puncture it and squeeze the air out, and then we'd go and tape off lines. And there were really no rules. You could charge the net and play all you want. And then I think people started to see us play, and actually a guy we know here in town said, "Have you ever heard of pickleball?" And we said no, and he said, well, I have a sport court in my backyard. Why don't you come over and I'll show you how it works? And we really we played, we loved it, and went from there. And then we found out about the US Open, and Lucy and I teamed up, and then I played with Jack Oxler in the Aged.
They had a great run too.
Yeah, we played the Aged and the Open. What was funny is no one really knew us, right? So they didn't know our games, our weaknesses. But when we got there, like, we had seen these guys play on YouTube so much, we knew everything about them. So we kind of had the scouting report, which was kind of funny. Yeah.
Nice. But it was funny you mentioned the wooden paddle. I feel like myself, and I feel like most people started that way too. Like I spent, I think, $30 for 4 wooden paddles. That's how I learned how to play. And then pretty much right away, as soon as an experienced player saw me play, they were like, oh man, you got to ditch that wooden paddle. You got to get rid of that thing. And I was like, what? I do awesome with this thing. Why do I need to change to something else? But I quickly learned why I should change. But nice. That's good stuff. So Matt, when you guys first got into it, I mean, could you tell right away that you guys were going to start like becoming professionals in this sport, or how long did it take before you realized, you know what, like we can be pros at this?
We thought we'd be competitive. just by watching YouTube. We thought we'd be competitive, but you don't really know until you get out there. I mean, when you go to your first tournament, at least for us, like we had so many nerves. Just what are the rules? What are the formalities? Like, am I going to get the scoring right? Am I going to? I mean, just all.
We didn't even know what timeout is.
Yeah, we didn't know about timeouts or anything, right? And then, I mean, you have to understand that Jack and I show up at this tournament, and our first match this would have been the 30 and 35 plus, was Marson and Morgan, because nobody knew who we were, right? And that match was just a war right out of the gates. And so yeah, but you're so preoccupied with just trying to get through the formalities, you're not even really thinking about the score and how the match is progressing that much. But to go back to your question, we thought we'd be competitive. We just didn't know, and we certainly didn't know that this would become such an important part of our lives. We thought we might go down there, play a tournament, see how it goes. And I mean, if you would have told me 4 years ago that would have been it, I would have said, yeah, that could be the case. I could see that.
Nice. So Lucy, I detect a little bit of an accent when I hear you talk. Is it safe to assume that you're not originally from the United States of America?
Hey, be nice.
Western
No,
Kansas.
I'm from Western Kansas. No, I'm kidding. Well, no, I was born and raised in Slovakia, so it's Central Europe, and I came here in 2011 when I was 18. So yes, a little bit of accent still. Working on it.
And doing great.
Meh.
Very nice. So for anybody tuning in that might be new to this wonderful world of pickleball, can you please confirm or deny if the two of you are a couple both on and off the court? Hopefully I'm not prying too far into your personal lives here.
I think the answer to that is yes on both questions.
Okay. All right. So there you go, everybody. For anybody just tuning in, there's your answer, because I know when we first posted that we were going to have you two on, a few people asked if you guys were a couple. So I just wanted to get it from the source themselves. So there we go. Very nice.
Yep, I continue to punch out of my weight class. Yep.
So how did you guys first meet? Like, how did you guys first meet originally?
Ha! That's a good one. So I have to tell you that story. So I was playing for Wichita State, and I think it was my junior or senior year. I think probably senior year. And my assistant coach, she was pregnant, so Matt was somehow being like volunteer assistant coach for that day. And we've never, like, I knew who he was because he's like legend in Wichita. Everybody knows who Matt Wright is. I'm like, oh my goodness, Matt Wright is on my court. Like, wow. Kidding.
Don't listen.
No, so he was on my court, and I just split sets, and I was in the third set, and he was like very mean to me. Told me what to do, like barked orders at me, and I'm like, who do you think you are?
I wouldn't say mean, I would say direct.
He was mean. Like, he was mean. Like, I can't even repeat what he said to me. And then I was like all flustered, and it's like, who he is? Like, that's not right. So the first 4 points were just like sprayed all the balls in the fence. I was just like, I'm not gonna listen to him. He's gonna be the reason I lost. Like, this is not right. And then I started playing better and better, and I won. And of course he claims like, oh, because of me you won. I was like, no, that's not true. So that was our first interaction, and then it went from there. And then I graduated, so it was a couple months later, and then you were like, hey, I remember you. You're not that bad. Let's go and play. So I'm like, let's play.
Awesome. So Matt, well, actually I want to ask this to both of you, but I'll start with you, Matt. What can we find you guys doing when you're not on the pickleball court?
We watch a lot of Netflix, I'd say. Right now we're watching Ray Donovan, and we're loving it.
We are watching more shows than that.
Well, yeah, we watch more shows than that. But yeah, we like to. Her schedule is a little tough with. She teaches tennis and pickleball as well, so she can work until 7 or 8 in the evening sometimes, and by the time she's able to come over, it's 8:30 or so. So that makes it a little bit tricky. But on the weekends in particular, yeah, we like to watch Netflix and go to movies. I'll try to watch her shop sometimes when she's up for it. Things like that. Pretty simple, low key stuff.
All right.
Now
I
I
understand
think it's
you.
also difficult because my job is very physical. So when I have like day off, I like to do nothing or just like sit around. And his job, he sits at a desk. So when we have day off, he wants to go and play pickleball. So we have to find a balance, like what to do when we have weekend off.
So what kind of jobs do you guys have, if you don't mind me asking?
I teach tennis at pickleball at the Wichita Country Club here in Wichita. And Matt,
Okay.
I'm an in-house business attorney for a company in Wichita.
All right. Very nice.
Yep.
So I understand
he's
you
a smarty
both.
one here.
So I understand you both have quite a tennis background. Can you each tell us a little bit about that? Like how, like when you first got into tennis, and I know Lucy, you're still teaching tennis, but Matt, are you still involved in tennis at all, or do you each play for fun at all still?
I played up until about a year or two ago, and then I'm not actively playing anymore. But yeah, so my background is I started playing when I was 6 years old. Played my whole life, and ended up playing at the University of Michigan, and then played professionally for 2 years, and then went to law school. Started doing the whole attorney thing, and have been doing that ever since. But I was still playing a lot of USTA, United States Tennis Association events with good friends of mine here in the area. We would form teams and go play open events around the country, and I was doing that until like probably 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 4 or 5 years ago, and then pickleball came along probably at a good time because getting into my, I don't know, I was just ready for something new, right? I'd been doing tennis for 30 years, and I think as anyone who knows me would say, I'm quite competitive, and so this scratched the competitive itch, and was a good fit for me. Don't shake your head over there. No, so it's yeah, that's my tennis background. And yours?
All right. What about you,
in my
Lucy?
tennis
How'd you
background,
get started?
so I started when I was 7, and then I was playing my whole life. And in 2011, I came to US, and I did play tennis for Wichita State for 4 years. And then I started teaching tennis and also pickleball. And I'm not really competing in tennis because I never really enjoyed after my college tennis career. So I was never, no, that never interested me to be competitive in tennis again, because I think it's just too frustrating knowing like you played so much better before. Now it just takes so much time to still be really competitive and really good. So I gave up playing tennis, and now I have pickleball to focus on.
Nice. And if you ask me, pickleball is the far superior sport anyway. So it was a good choice I think you made. Very good choice.
Thank you.
So what's going on your end, Eddie?
All right, so we had another comment from Joey Farias. This isn't necessarily a question, but he wonders if we all have subtitles for Lucy.
I mean, Joey, couldn't we ask the same question of you? I mean, to be fair.
Oh,
that's funny. I love it. Good stuff, Joey.
As you can see, it's a close-knit community at the end of the day. We're all good friends.
And that's one of the things I love about pickleball for sure. We got a question here from Pickleball Lynn. What do you enjoy more, mixed or same gender doubles? That question's for both of you.
Matt, you answer first.
Which one do I prefer more? I like the men's game because just candidly, it's a little more competitive from early rounds, if that makes sense. It's it's just a little more competitive from the earlier rounds. I think most players would say. But at the end of the day, in terms of which event I like the most, I like playing mixed just because because I date Lucy, and who wouldn't want to be out on the court with her? So that's an easy one for me. Yeah.
He's so cute. And for me, well, I definitely prefer doubles, mixed doubles, and because I play with Matt, and also women's doubles because I have a great partner, Simone. So I would take those two events over singles.
But they're asking you to pick one. You have to pick between gender or mixed. Now you're on the spot.
I will just take mixed because I'm on the spot.
Yeah, it's a good answer. Very good answer.
Honest, fair. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I want dinner later, so I have to answer next.
That's right. Got a question here from somebody by the name of Ben Johns. I don't. Have you guys ever heard of him?
Ooh.
But
No.
No. Yeah.
He.
Yeah. I've heard of Colin.
Yeah, I've heard of Colin.
Yeah.
He's on my team, but I don't know who
Yeah.
that Ben is.
Yeah.
Ben says, Matt, talk about our preferred pregame routine and how important it is to our success.
Ben and I eat donuts. We get a dozen donuts and eat them throughout the day. That's the routine. Yeah. Iced donuts, and the heavier the better. Yep.
And you feel like
Professional athletes, right?
Professional athletes that we are.
Professional
It gives us that edge. It gives us that sugar boost. Yep.
I love it.
And I feel like I can do it because if I get a little weighted down, or just I hit a sugar crash, then I know he can play singles on the doubles court. So I mean, what do I have to lose?
That's a good point.
So is that true? Like, I can't tell. Are you joking, or is that legit?
No, that's legit. You need to come to the next tournament. You'll see it. Yeah, but we'll share with others. We share the donuts
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm gonna make sure I come by and grab a donut next time I see you guys out there in the court. So
we will gladly give you one or many.
All right. One more question here. This is from the one and only Stephanie Lane. And Stephanie says, how have you enjoyed the transition from tennis to pickleball? Do you find the social aspect is a real draw? Why do you think that is? And what else do you love about the crazy sport? And by the way, we love having you as two of the top players. So multi-questions here.
I'll let you answer first.
You don't want to answer first?
We can share. Okay. So, yeah, we really enjoyed transition from tennis to pickleball because I think it was more fun for us. It was like more low key, less stress, and really enjoy the social aspect too. Because we can have friends game, we can have competitive games. So I think everybody can play the game. So I think that's what draw people to the game, to the sport.
Yeah, I mean, I can't tell you how many tournaments we've gone to where you'll compete against each other the whole day. And as you know, the matches get very competitive. They get fiery, all of that. But we'll all go out for dinner, when it's all over. And I think there are several of us that are in pretty regular contact by text. And you get to, you spend a lot of quality time with these people too. And it seems like there's a healthy mix of on-court competitiveness and off-court friendships, and there seems to be a very good ability throughout the sport to draw the line or the distinction there. So I think that's the thing we really value about the sport.
All right, very nice. So Matt, earlier you were talking about how you played at the University of Michigan. With me being a Michigander myself, I was born and raised. I've spent my whole life in Michigan. How much time or how much of your life was spent in Michigan?
The 4 years I was there in college. So I went there when I was 18, played 4 years on the team, and then left Ann Arbor and then moved to Kansas City. I went to Kansas KU for law school. So I moved there and went to law school within a year after graduation.
Okay.
Love Ann Arbor. Love Ann Arbor.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's only like 30 minutes from where I live. I love spending time there. Great pickleball community too. In fact, I'm actually going to Ann Arbor tomorrow morning to play for a couple hours in a nice little tennis facility.
I'm a little hurt. You've never asked us to team up, so I'll keep holding out hope. Maybe one day, fingers crossed.
Yeah, I say 2021 is the year of Webby and Matt. What do you say?
Let's make it happen, man.
Let's do it. I'm trying hard. I'm trying to get into the 4-0 division right now. I'm squeaking my way in there, and I feel like by this time next year I should be at the pro level.
I mean, can you hop the kitchen?
If that's what it takes, I will learn. I've actually never even attempted an Ernie in my life, but if that's what it takes to team up with you, I will learn how to do an Ernie perfectly.
You've got 9 months to learn it. No excuses. Learn the Ernie on the forehand side, and then let's get after it.
I'm on it. I am on it. So
you
heard it here, folks. You heard it here. Nice. I'm the work for sure. I've got some goals. I've got some new goals to work for.
All right. Perfect.
So I've been finding out a lot lately that a good amount of today's top pickleball pros spent time playing tennis in Michigan, either at U of M or Michigan State University. Did you ever encounter any of today's pickleball pros during your tennis days, or did you guys never really cross paths?
I'm trying to think. Marcin was a little older than I was, so we didn't quite overlap. He was at UCLA. Simone would have been the women's coach. Well, no. She's way too young for that. Doesn't make sense. So no, maybe not. I don't know that we did.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious because I've been hearing like a lot more about people with a Michigan tennis background, so I was just curious. But Lucy, you recently started playing with Simone in women's doubles pretty regularly. How did that partnership first come about?
Well, we discussed it, and then last year, like early last year, and then we were just like, let's pair up, let's try it, and then we followed up, and it's happening. So I'm very happy about it.
Yeah, definitely seems to be working out. That's for sure. You guys have had a little bit of success there. Yeah, I love.
You can say that.
I got to see both of you play at the Florida Grand Slam recently. That was my first time ever seeing you two play together in person, and man, those were awesome matches to see. Great stuff.
Thank you. Yeah, it was fun. I always enjoy being on court, either with Matt or Simone. So every day you're competing and playing, it's a good day.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. So Matt, who are you going to be teaming up with the most throughout 2020 as far as men's doubles goes?
So I'm playing with Ben in all the PPAs, and then I'm playing with Kyle for basically everything else. So I guess that would be Texas Open, Atlanta Open, U.S. Open Nationals, TOC. I might be missing one or two in there, but that's kind of the general breakdown.
All right, those are decent partners, I guess. I guess that's not too bad.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to carry the team, that's for sure.
Yeah, I can't complain.
Nice.
I'm a lucky guy. So they're two great partners. I enjoy playing with both of them, and yeah, it'll be fun. And I mean, look, I think you're seeing that the sport's only getting stronger and stronger. You're seeing a lot of new faces, quality's increasing. So we're all going to be pushed pretty hard at this point. So it'll be fun, though. I think, like I said, we're all competitors, and
we'll do our best.
Yeah, and Lucy committed to me in 2020. Oh, okay, all right.
It's a secret.
It's a secret. All right.
Well, actually, about that, Matt, I'm sure you're aware that I'm sure you're well aware that Lucy and Steve Deacon played very well together at the Florida Grand Slam tournament recently. In fact, there's rumors going around that Steve might replace you as Lucy's regular partner. Is there any truth to that, or is that something I just made up just now?
I know you'll have to ask Lucy. I would say don't believe the hype, but.
Well, I know Steve was a great partner, and we had so much fun playing. And we did well because we lost to Ben and Simone, close match.
Two close matches,
but I'm not gonna replace Mr. Matt Wright as my partner for this 2020 year.
Suggesting 2021 could be open, I guess.
I don't know.
Well, hey, I need a mixed partner for 2021. I'll be Matt's partner for men's doubles. I could be your partner for mixed. There we go. I'm going to become an Ernie pro very soon.
Why not press your luck? That's pretty good.
What is your offer? What are you going to bring to the table? That's the question.
The best Ernie in the game.
Well, have you ever heard of?
Good for you, not for me.
Have you heard of the Webby shot? Here's a little shameless plug. Watch the Slick Tricks video that was produced by Eddie and Webby, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Awesome. Yeah. You'll have to look at that and you get back to him.
Okay. We'll get back to you.
Yeah.
Nice. So Lucy, was Florida Grand Slam, was that your first time ever playing with Steve before?
Yes. It's the first time ever I play with somebody else except Matt. So It was weird feelings for sure, because if you have a partner since 2016, so for 4 years, and every tournament you play together, and you understand each other's game, and we are like together, so it's like I'm playing with my boyfriend. So it was different a little bit to play with Steve, but it was just a little different vibe, and it was still great. It was both, instead of being there as a couple, it was both competitors wanted to win. So it still was a great day. It's just like that some little inside feeling was a little different. But I think that's normal for everybody.
Yeah.
I think it would be.
Yeah, for sure. So I actually want to switch gears a little bit here. There's a video series that Eddie and I started doing quite a while ago. In fact, way before most people even knew who Eddie and Webby were, we started doing this video series. And that is a little series of videos that we like to call Pickle Thug Life. And Matt, I'm not sure if you realize this, but the very first Pickle Thug Life video that we ever did featured you. So we'd like to go ahead and play that clip right about now.
7-3-1 here in game 2. It is getting down to the nitty-gritty here. Every point from here on out is going to be extreme. Oh, they are continuing the bulldogs.
Have you ever seen that before?
That's unbelievable. I've not seen that. No, not at all.
I love it. I love that shot.
That's so good. Is that on YouTube?
It is. Yeah, we have a whole series of Pickle Thug Life videos, but like I would say, like our first 5 or 6, I don't think anybody has ever even seen, because it was before like anybody even really knew who we were, and we were like, oh, this would be awesome if we do Pickle Thug Life videos with featuring the top pros. And I feel like nobody ever really watched them, but we actually haven't done one in a while. So Lucy, we can't let Matt be the only one that's a guest of ours tonight that gets the Pickle Thug Life treatment. So we're happy to say that we have our first new installment of Pickle Thug Life in quite a while. So Eddie, without further ado, let's go ahead and debut the video right now.
It is the largest day in the tournament. That's second year running.
Largest day in terms of participation?
The largest in the terms of participation, 788 matches.
Yes!
Oh, yeah.
The gold medal is unbelievable.
That's a good point too.
That's good, yeah.
That was a great point. I see why Simone wanted to team up with you after all that. I mean, you dominated that rally right there.
Yeah, that was a good one. Good job.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
That's really good.
But so, Lucy, one thing I've been wanting to talk to you about for quite a while is the experience that you had with Tyson McGuffin on the Today Show last year. That must have been quite an incredible opportunity. Like, I'd love to hear your take on that whole thing and how that all went down.
Well, we were prepared, and I was super nervous because I can't really handle cameras and live like videos and going live on national TV in the morning when everybody's watching. So I was like freaking out, and they told us what the anchors are going to ask us, and I was freaking out even more. And then we went there in the morning. They did our hair and makeup, and it just came by like so quickly. It seemed like we were just there like for 5 seconds, and then it was just over. And we were like, oh, we were so nervous, just basically for nothing. But I think it was great for sport. It was a great opportunity for me and Tyson, and for our companies as well. And it was fun day in New York, that's for sure. People were so nice there. Everyone was so helpful, and the court wasn't greatest, so we had to really be careful where we are hitting the ball, just because the ball didn't really bounce properly at all. So we had to test some balls, which ones to use in the morning, and then we figured out like, okay, the best chances we have with, I don't even remember which balls we used. So it was definitely a great day, but I couldn't even sleep the night before. I was so nervous.
Yeah, I bet.
Tyson can tell you the same. I was like, Tyson, you answer everything. Like, I don't want to even speak, but he gave me like one question to answer, so I was okay. I can handle that.
Yeah, I can't even imagine, because I mean, I feel like that was really the first true like national exposure pickleball ever got. So I mean, I can't imagine the pressure that you guys had. I know just doing this podcast makes me want to throw up sometimes because I'm so nervous. So I can't imagine doing the Today Show in front of such an enormous crowd. So yeah, I mean, big kudos to you guys for having the guts to even do that. And from what I saw, it looked like you guys were pretty rushed. Like, I feel like you probably didn't get to like spend as much time as you would have hoped you could have in that. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think the whole day they have, because there's such a like big production there, so every second is planned. Like we are in court and they will be like, you're going live in 5 seconds for 10 seconds, and we have to like hit volleys back and forth, and then it's a break, and then you have another. We're going in 4 seconds, you're going live for 5 seconds. Everything is so structured. So then we get a heads up for like, okay, in 30 seconds the anchors are coming out, and they just came out. We just did a whole segment for like, I don't know, it was like 3-4 minutes, and it was like, okay, they're out. And by the time the commercial is over, they are back in the studio already. So everything was just really, really rushed, and it's really structured. Every second is planned.
Yeah.
So I guess they have to be that way just to keep it successful. But yeah, it was like a quick experience, that's for sure.
Right. Oh, I bet. I thought it was great. I mean, I don't know if you guys looked at the pickleball forum during that time. I mean, of course, there's always going to be negative comments about it, but to me, like that was such a huge win for the sport of pickleball. I mean, how many people that had never heard of pickleball learned about what pickleball was just from that clip? I mean, I feel like it doesn't matter if you guys were able to play like a full match or like show the rules exactly how they're meant to be, because I mean that stuff takes way too long to learn like all the specific details. So I thought it was a huge win just to get the exposure. So I mean, that to me, it was awesome. Definitely.
Thank you.
I agree.
Yeah. It was fun.
So Eddie, what's going on your end there?
We got a few questions here that I thought would be good to bring up. First one here from Cheryl Hall Wyatt. Wondering if you guys are coming to coming to Ohio to play in the APP Pickleball Tournament June 4th through 7th.
We don't have current plans to be there. It's not on our schedule right now. I suppose all bets are off a little bit right now with the whole coronavirus thing, and I don't know how that's going to impact schedules. Hopefully they don't get disrupted too much. But I guess I would say stay tuned, Cheryl, but as of now, no plans to be there, unfortunately.
All right. Fair enough. Appreciate it. Question here from Rodney Langley. What is your normal routine with playing and practicing that allows you to keep your game at the highest level, especially having a full-time career? Looks like it got cut off there, but I think he said full-time job. Sorry.
So I don't get to play as much, maybe, well, I'll say as I'd like to. So when I play, I usually try to be pretty focused and just not go out there and screw around too much and say, look, if I have an hour and a half to play this week, I'm going to go out there for the hour and a half and play hard. And the way I was built in tennis is I needed things, again, going back to the competitive theme, I needed things to be competitive to keep my interest. So I'm not one to go out there and just dink and practice dinks and stuff like that. Like when we play, we go out and play. If we've got an hour and a half, we're going to go play for an hour and a half. That's how we do it. And we're going a good 90% or so. And I mean, it's kind of been that way for 4 years. I don't know that we ever practice much, to be honest with you. We learn by playing.
But we always play more before a tournament. So the week prior to a tournament, we always try to get every other day, or at least get some practice in. Sometimes it's just two of us just go there for like half an hour or an hour just to work on some stuff, but we don't really practice as much as we would like to.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible that you guys don't get to practice as much as you'd like to, and yet are as good at the game as you are. I feel like I practice 5, 6, 7 times a week and battle my way into a 4-0 tournament.
But also that's not a reason. But that's also not a reason that we travel or day early before somewhere for a tournament. So then I can have at least like half day or whole day of a bunch of games, like get grooving. So then I'm ready to compete the next day.
All right. Yeah, I guess that's good to know. Realizing that if you haven't practiced, getting yourself to that place ahead of time. So good stuff.
Yeah, we treat the week leading up to as probably as our most, that's where we're working on timing but yeah, I wish I could play more. I do. I love playing. I love the sport. It's just, I guess at least I am, and you too, because you're on the court all the time. It's physically demanding. We're just not in a position where it works for us all that much.
Yeah. Got one more question here from Andre Paul, and this is from Matt. Whose big forehand do you respect?
Who's big? Well, yeah, Lucy can hammer that sucker, so I respect that one. I think the two guys that come to mind with the biggest forehands, and I don't know if Joey, Ben, if you guys are still out there, but I feel like Ben and maybe Deckel can hammer their forehand as hard or harder than anyone. Joey, even you've got a big forehand. Those names are coming to mind right now. Who could I be missing? You've got the biggest forehand on the women's side, no question. I mean, you kill that thing. Who on the men's side? Would those be the three?
I think those three would be, yeah. They would be the top three.
Those are the ones that I would say we call it the fear hand. I would fear those the most.
And I would fear his overhead.
Nice. Well, thank you guys for that. That's all going on with social right now.
Very nice. Thanks everybody for the comments. But you know something, Eddie? I think people are kind of sick of hearing me ask Matt and Lucy questions. I think now would be a great time to take a little break on my end and get to the hottest new segment in all of pickleball podcasting and get to pros asking pros questions. What do you think?
I think that's a great idea, and I agree with you. People want to hear from your guys' friends out there, the other pros. So
let's hear it.
Jump into that. Actually, the first question is going to be coming from our buddy, Joey Farias.
Hey guys, this is Joey Farias, Eddie and Webby. Thanks for having me on Pros Asking Pros Questions. Today I get to ask good friends of mine, Matt and Lucy, a question. If you could pick one song to describe your pickleball game, what would it be? Thanks, guys.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Ooh.
Great question.
That's a tough question, Joey. You have one?
Yeah.
Okay.
2 tickets to paradise.
Nice.
Oh, gosh.
I'm happy with my choice.
That's a good one.
That's a really good one. Oh, I feel like I'm failing here right now. It's got to be something from the 80s because the 80s had the best music.
I could be a man-eater. I could be a man-eater.
Oh, we're going to go. Gosh. Let me come back to that in a second, guys. Let me think for a minute.
All right. So while you're thinking about that, we'll move on to the next question. You're not getting off that easy though, Matt.
I won't. Look, I wanted to get back to the Police Academy movies earlier when I heard that. I was ready for that because it's Police Academy 3, but okay.
I would agree that it's Police Academy 3 is the best one as well. So, all right. Our next question here comes from, we brought him up earlier too, and that is Steve Deacon.
Hey guys, I think, we all know that you spend a great deal of time on the podium, but on the rare occasion that you do not, I want to know how you two deal with loss. Do you deal with it separately, or do you analyze the matches together? And is there a little bit of this going on? It was you. No, it was you. And one last very important question. I want to know who does the laundry at home.
You want to answer that one?
I can start. So basically, if we don't do well together, I don't deal with that well. I think I am the one who is more upset, and I'm just shut down and I don't deal with losing well. And Matt is always trying to be supportive, and it's just like, okay, let's go through the back draw. We are not out of it yet. And I think it took us a couple losses for me to realize, like, okay, I can't be like heartbroken over it. It's just one loss, and there is a back draw to go through. And I think it took me a couple losses to realize that, and then I think now we're dealing with better than we ever have.
Yeah.
Especially me. I'm sure Matt hates losing because he's the most competitive person I know. But I think I was the one who was just like, I couldn't even I couldn't function. He had to come and talk to me, and he was so sweet. It's it's okay. It's not because I always blame myself. Bottom line, if we lose mixed match, it's probably my fault. So,
which isn't true, but
that's how I see it. So I always blame myself. So that's hard for me. But
Yeah,
how do you see it?
and she gets down on herself, no doubt about it. And so I try to build her back up. And if she needs time to herself, she'll just say so and say, I just need to walk off and be on my own for a while.
Mhm.
And sometimes I do an okay job of letting her do that, and sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
And we each do our own laundry, Steve.
All right. Oh.
And I came up with the song because I remember when Kyle and I won nationals in 2018. The first song I heard when we went to the parking lot that night was NXS New Sensation, because I had Sirius Radio going, the 80s station. So NXS New Sensation.
I like it. I can get on board. I think that's a good choice. You said it was gonna be the 80s, so you were right.
Yeah. I always have the 80s going in the car. Always.
That's your era.
Joey, sorry it took me a while to get there. I fumbled that one a little bit, but I came back around.
Well,
Don't hold it against me.
There actually was a little bit of dialogue going on here between Joey and Patrick Sullivan. Joey said, I thought Lucy's was going to be Fun to Feel Good by Ashley.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, dang it.
That's actually a very good point.
I last couple tournaments, actually I think last 3 tournaments, I can't stop singing that song. In last tournament in Florida, Ben was singing the song. And I'm like, Ben, I heard you, and I'm going to think about a song all day. Like, that song is, like, amazing. Like, I still don't know proper lyrics, but it's amazing.
Yeah, it gets stuck in your head, but in a good way. That's one of those songs where it's like, you can't feel bad while listening to it.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely catchy, that's for sure.
Oh, Lucy owns it. There's no doubt about it. Yeah.
And then when we were playing on center court and Patrick was DJing and during last PPA and that song came out, we were just like, oh, our song is up. So.
By the way, can we take a second and talk about Patrick and his DJ skills?
Amazing.
I mean, that guy was breaking it down in Mesa and bringing an energy to the crowd like I've never seen. It was awesome.
That was amazing.
He has skills. It's impressive. He was teaching me the guitar when we were down there too.
And he almost.
All right. Nice. What is it, Patrick? Is it? Do I have it right? Is it D-A-E? Let's see what he says. D-A-E over and over. I can play 3 chords, guys. And apparently if you can play 4 chords, you can play every song that's ever been written, which I had no idea.
Much.
So
pretty much.
I'm almost there.
And I don't know about you, Eddie, but
chords, yeah.
I got pretty excited and got some goosebumps when watching the Mesa tournament because a couple times I heard Pickleball for Life and the Pickleball anthem playing over the speakers.
That's right.
Just a couple times?
Right, yeah.
Patrick was spinning our tunes too. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, Patrick is now wondering, Lucy, if...
No. Yeah.
No.
Patrick, now you're pressing your luck. I don't think you're going to get it on live stream.
I can. You're going to hold it against me for the rest of my life.
That could be grounds to terminate the contract. That could be it.
No, yeah.
That's why. Patrick also responded and said, well, shucks, D, A, and E is every U2 song.
See, Patrick, are you proud that I remembered the 3 chords?
Can you still play them?
No. Maybe not.
I love it.
Yeah.
C is another good chord. If you learn C, that's a very easy one. You're in pretty good shape with the C chord.
You're pretty okay. We started with D. D. I think he said D was the most difficult, maybe. So we needed to start with that one. Yeah.
D is tough to learn at first, but when you learn C to G is an easy transition. So that's why those 2 are good.
And then I was convinced I had permanent nerve damage in my fingers for the next 2 weeks. And I was, we'll just leave it at that. I was like, I'm going to kill the guy. I was like, I don't think this is normal.
That's funny. Yeah, Joey said, that's the 4th chord to know every song.
Okay.
C's, I think he was referring to. Yeah, nice. Well, speaking of Patrick and Ashley, they actually have a question for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and play now.
Patrick and Ashley from Jigsaw Health, where it's fun to feel good, and we've got a question for Matt and Lucy.
Yeah, question is, how do you deal with this, Lucy, if, let's say, you're out on the court and Matt is trying to give you advice, and you're also in a relationship with Matt? Does that stay on the court, or does sometimes does it start to annoy you? How do you deal with that?
Was that pointed at me?
Not at all.
Nice.
Well, I think Matt needs to be careful as every guy with the advice they gave to their significant other or partner, because it can backfire. I know you guys mean well. You guys mean well and you're trying to help, but you have to choose your words wisely, I think. And I think with years or of experience, you learn what works, what doesn't. So if Matt asks me, "Are you okay?"
I was gonna say, what's the one phrase I can't ask you?
Why are you asking me if I'm okay? Don't do that. Are you okay? I was like, well, that suggests first of all, I am clearly not okay, or I shouldn't be okay, or I am playing horribly, so I'll get back to being okay. I just don't even know what it means. So that's the question not to ask.
I've learned that one the hard way several times. If she would make a few mistakes in a row, I would say, "Is everything okay? Are you okay?" And I would get some choice words coming back my way, and so those words are, that question specifically is off limits at this point.
And we joke about it all the time.
It seems so simple and harmless, right?
Yeah,
but it's not.
And now it's a running joke, so people can just "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Okay, ha ha ha." So funny now, so funny.
I love it. So I know never to say that if I'm playing mixed doubles ever.
Don't ask. Let it go.
No, but I think from whoever else, it will be fine. It's just because he's asking that question. I think that's the problem. It's not really about the question, it's about who is asking it.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
If Simone asked me the question, I would be like, "Why? Why do you think I'm not okay?" But him, don't look at me like that.
You actually asked kind of a form of it. I went into a black hole I can't recall in the Mesa final. We had beaten Ben and Simone the first time, and we're playing them in the gold. And I went out and just for about 7 or 8 minutes laid a complete egg. I was just I was in outer space. I couldn't even find the court. And she looked at me kind of with a giggle and was like, "Everything all right?" That's a fair question.
It was
I don't know what's going on.
Everything okay? You need a timeout or something? I don't know. I've never experienced it, so I was just like, "What's happening here?" This is new. So
that's great.
I guess now I know how he feels when he asks me that.
There you go.
The tables have been turned. I like it.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, we have more questions. You can
all right.
That. The next one is actually from the one and only Steve Dawson.
This is Steve Dawson. My question for Matt and Lucy is, what are your fitness and dietary routines to stay top professionals?
So I do a lot of cardio. I'm still carrying probably 5 or 10 pounds too many, but I try to do a lot of cardio to keep my weight down, keep my muscles loose. I stretch now more than I used to, even when I was in college. I probably didn't stretch enough when I was younger and got a little stiffer as I got into my 30s and 40s. And so starting to do a little bit more strength training, but not much. I mean, we're just talking more, really just more flexibility, cardio type exercises. In terms of diet, I don't eat much fast food, but I'm not on a strict diet by any means. I have you think I'm on it? I'm not on a strict diet.
No.
I have a sweet tooth, to say the least. It's pretty bad, as evidenced by the dozen donuts that Ben and I will.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. I have a soft spot for sugar. There's no doubt about that, and I've had that my whole life. So that's my biggest vice. And of course, I take my Jigsaw products all the time. I'll tell you something that's made a huge difference in my life is taking the magnesium at night. I am sleeping better than ever. I mean, I'm not a very good sleeper. I stress about work. I'm a worrier, and so my sleeping habits got worse and worse a while back, and this has made a huge difference. All their magnesium product. I mean, that's been a game changer for me. So thanks to Patrick and Ashley for. Yeah, the Mag Sooth specifically is just awesome. I take it every single night. I travel with it, you name it. I just got back from a work trip in San Francisco. 2 weeks ago, I had it with me there every night. I mean, I swear by it.
And wait until you get a new one, pickleball cocktail.
Yeah, they did a great job with that.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Okay, and what about me? So I usually try to do a little cardio. I'm started doing more weights than ever, so I try to do weights maybe 4-5 times a week. Just nothing really crazy. But again, I'm still playing tennis and I teach pickleball, so I'm always like trying to be active or actually being on court, so that helps. And the funny fact, I only eat breakfast and lunch, and Matt only eats dinner. So we really enjoy our meals together. So we are either watching each other or we're just completely not even being part of it.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
Yeah. Our dinner dates are non-existent.
Or lunch dates.
Or lunch dates. Yeah.
So,
yeah. The real question for Steve is what's his workout routine? How does he get those Popeye calves? There's the question. Right? Shouldn't we be asking him that one?
That's right.
So when you have him on the show, we're holding a spot for that question for him.
We'll definitely ask him that for sure.
Yes.
Yep.
I love it. Good stuff. But we have plenty more questions here coming from pros, which is awesome. Here's a question from one of our favorites, Irina Terashenko.
What up, Eddie and Webby? Hi, Matt and Lucy. I have a question for Lucy. You are always dressed to impress. Can you talk about the fashion trends for 2020 professional pickleball?
I love the background. I love the background of that
Side
video.
note, I love the stone. Like
Stoner
I don't know if he's the crypt keeper or the undertaker or what, but it's awesome.
The stoner is there.
So Irina told me hashtag the shadow is what that was.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Okay, got it. Well played to them. Okay.
Okay, so fashion trends. So a funny thing is, I always, like day before we play women's doubles, I'm always the one who is basically saying like, hey, tomorrow is like, I don't know, black skirt, white top. And usually I'm thinking like black skirt, white top, then Irina shows up like black leggings and white long sleeve. But at least we stay with the same color, so that's great. But last year at the US Open, it was a funny story. I said black bottom and white top, and she had black shorts with green, yellow like shorts underneath them. And I had exactly same matching skirt with black skirt with light green shorts underneath them. And I was like, oh my God, what are the odds that we're going to have exactly the same bottom? So fashion trends for this year, I don't know. It's going to be whatever Simone and I decide to wear. And probably me and Matt will stay with some navy and white, black and white. Pretty much that combination. So pretty boring, but it works for us.
I would say stay tuned, watch and observe. Whatever she walks out on the court with, there you go. There's your signal.
And in singles, I'm going to be a little unpredictable, so stay tuned.
I like it. I like that you're always on the top, the cutting edge of pickleball fashion.
I think it's fair.
Yeah.
I'm trying really hard.
Succeeding.
Yes. All right, we got another question here. And this is from our good friend, Simone Jardim.
Hey, Matt and Lucy. My question to you guys is your interaction on the court now different from when you guys were not dating? And if so, how is that?
I think it's probably a little more. I probably was a little. I maybe took some liberties, and on what I said, felt a little more comfortable saying certain things, which we now know have backfired at certain points in time. And so I would say at least along the way, I would speak a little more freely over time, right? But at the same time, I've learned maybe what I shouldn't say, if that makes sense. I guess I opened up more, but learned the hard way, along that journey, so to speak.
But I think it's also hard to say because we play a whole year together without being together, without dating. So I think after that year, we learn how to play together. We learn certain things and we got better. So I think it's also tricky to say, because if we would have been dating from day one, it might have been different. But I don't know.
Yeah, I guess when you start dating, I guess there's a level, a comfort level that comes along with that, right? But that can be a blessing and a curse. That can be both good and bad.
Yeah, before he was scared to say anything because it's like, what if he leaves? What if she leaves me? Like,
what if she doesn't want to play? Or,
yeah. So I think he had to be careful. Now he feels like he can say anything.
Except for "Are you okay?"
Except, are you okay, Lucy?
That's right.
Everything okay?
No, it's not really about the question. It's how he asks it. Are you okay?
Do you need a timeout?
You like, it seemed like you just missed 6 straight innings at a net. Like something's wrong with you.
Isn't it amazing that that's what she hears just from a simple question of, are you okay?
No, because that question comes after I missed those 6 dings. So I'm like, okay.
You could take it as a compliment. Wow, I'm not used to seeing you miss.
Yeah,
You're so good.
I love it. I love the dynamic of significant others playing together. It adds like such an extra element to it.
Yeah, and you nailed it.
I'm sure
Lucy.
everyone around us loves it, right?
Yeah. Well, and you nailed it, Lucy, when you said it's not what you said, it's how you said it. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not the words, it's the music.
It's like, even like, oh, sweetheart, are you okay? You just missed a couple. And I'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, I missed. It's like, are you okay? Like, put it together. Like, I didn't come here to watch you miss 6 things in a row. Something like that.
That's classic. I love it. Well, we have one more question here, and this is actually number 2 from Simone.
Hey, Matt and Lucy, here's my question to you. How do you guys spend all those millions of dollars that you win in prize money?
No, I have longer answer. You can go first.
Looking for things to buy Lucy, for her to then tell me, oh, no, I already got that.
That's not true. Answer properly. Answer for real. You crazy.
Well, we all know it's a false assumption question. We're not making millions of dollars, so clearly, a lot of us are doing this for the love of the sport. Although Simone, she should tell me what she does with her millions of dollars, because I can't keep up with her financially on the pickleball court. So again, not really a fair question, Simone, because we know you're running circles around me on the pickleball court. So that's how I would answer that one. Go ahead.
And what I do, I like to shop, as Matt said. And Simone knows me too well. That's why that was a setup question, because she knows I'm going to answer that. So yes, I have a little shopping habit that I like to do, usually online or in person or in general.
I would say in general.
Or when I'm bored. Or basically anytime I have nothing to do. So, but I'm more like researching. I wouldn't call myself a shopper. I research and look forever, and then I make a decision eventually.
That's fair.
So, yeah. If I buy something, I make it count.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you buy quality.
Yeah.
I like it. Well, that was the end of Pros Asking Pros questions. So thank you guys very much for
more
your
questions?
answers. But
absolutely, there's a lot of good questions.
Yeah, great stuff. I'm gonna send it back on over to Webby.
Yeah, those were awesome questions. By far the most amount of questions that we got in from the pros. So everybody loves you guys. That's awesome. A little bit ago, we had a great question from Ashley and Patrick of Jigsaw Health, and that actually brings us to the next topic that I'd like to bring up. And for anybody that has watched the live streams of the biggest pickleball tournaments recently, has probably seen these videos about 100 times by now, but they crack me up every time I see them. So I wanted to go ahead and play them tonight and discuss them a little bit. So Eddie, why don't we go ahead and roll the clip?
Dorothy, I really think you'd like the magnesium. Perfect. I'd be happy to get that shipped out to you today. Thanks, Dorothy. You too. Come on!
Does he do that every time?
Every time.
Not today. Break's over. You dropped something.
That's a wicked backhand.
Oh man, I love those commercials. I kid you not. I've seen those. Like, I wasn't exaggerating. I've probably seen those 100 times each, and they crack me up every single time. I love them. How much fun was that making those?
Oh, it
So
was
much fun.
Yeah, we had such a blast that day. Watching her, you have to see, like, she was destroying some stuff on the set. Like, it's not like she got it on the first take. So the people around her were under fire. But
Yeah.
I mean, just their creativity, like, like we're bouncing ideas off of each other and just laughing so much as we did it.
It was
And,
amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
After the day was over, we asked, like, when can we do it again? Like,
Yeah.
can we stay longer and do it the same, like something similar next day? It was so awesome.
Yeah,
Nice.
they're just awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people assume that we're sponsored by Jigsaw Health here, and currently we are not sponsored by them. We're big fans of what they're doing. I mean, it's obvious they're making a huge impact in the world of pickleball, and it's like you said, just like the creativity that they have. It's awesome. It's so entertaining, and the product they have, like, it's good. Like, Eddie and I both have tried the Electrolyte Supreme. I have a huge dehydration issue, so like I've always got to make sure I've got plenty of electrolytes in my system. And if you want a good sugar-free option, I definitely recommend what they've got there. They've got a great option there. And we're not sponsored by them, but we're huge fans, and we always like to promote things that we're fans of. So I mean, I think it's a great thing for the sport of pickleball for them to be involved, and they're sponsoring a whole bunch of big tournaments this year. So I mean, I think it's a great thing for pickleball in general for Jigsaw to be part of, and it's awesome that you guys are part of it as well.
Yes, we are, even though we are sponsored by them, we still love the product. As Matt, you can see, it's fun to feel good. So we love them. We love the product. We love the company. We love everything about them, and we just can't wait to go back to Arizona and do some more stuff.
Yeah,
So please come invite us back, okay?
Yeah, what's unique about them is, their products are great, and I think everybody knows that, and those are speaking for themselves. But like the people that run that business, they really are just genuine people, and they've become very good friends of ours quickly. And so we're very, very, very fortunate to have made that relationship with them. So that's not a shameless plug either. That's just saying it's a great company run by wonderful people.
Absolutely.
Just had one quick thing I wanted to throw out there. It looks like Patrick Sullivan says that he's looking forward to making more vids with you guys, so that's good.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
Yes. Pickleball cocktail.
Yeah. I'm excited to see more of those videos. And we actually have a comment here from Laura McLaughlin, and she wants to know, is Lucy's favorite Jigsaw commercial the parody that she did of her? Have you seen that?
It was amazing. Like, I think one of the first people that saw it, and I was getting messages from people. They shared it, and I think Patrick was one of them who shared the video, and it was amazing. And it was so creative, and I was cracking up. I was laughing way harder from her parody than from my commercial. So
it was so good.
I think we need to have like parody contests who can.
Oh, that'd be good.
Who can be the best?
Yeah, that'd be real good.
So I'm practicing my come on. So we'll see how that goes.
You just you got my interest. I love a good parody. I love a good competition. So I'm definitely on board. But if anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, you've got to check out the Live with Lauren Facebook page. She has a great video spoofing the Lucy commercial that we just watched. It's pretty spot on and epic.
Yes. One more comment just came up here as I was on the screen. I promise I'll get back to Webby here in a second. But this is from somebody by the name of Kyle Yates. I don't know who that is.
Who's that?
But he says, you two have been playing together for about 5 years now. How do you keep the fire in the relationship?
Ooh. That's a
That's a very good question coming from Kyle, surprisingly. Sorry, Kyle.
Oh boy, that's a pretty personal off the court question.
Wow, Kyle.
Right?
I would say, how about on the court to get the fire? I'll just ask her if she's okay.
Oh, stop it.
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know.
I think it's also because we don't spend too much time together. So when we actually go for pickleball tournaments, we hang out quite a bit and we're there. So
yeah, that's
that
I mean,
helps because otherwise I think we would get sick of each other eventually.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, I have a kind of a corporate day/desk job, and you kind of know what the hours look like with that. And she's working a lot of times in the evenings, like we talked about, and so during the week we don't get to spend a lot of time together. So I think when we do see each other, we appreciate it and value it a little bit more, and so I do think that helps a lot. And somebody just commented that Kyle is looking for love advice.
Simone.
Yes.
Hi, Simone.
Nice. But yeah, I do think there's definitely something to that. Like if the fact that you guys don't spend like every waking hour together, I think that definitely helps. Because I feel like no matter who you are, like if Eddie and I spent every waking hour together, we would probably hate each other.
For sure.
Sure.
I mean, we only see each other 3 times a year, and we get annoyed with each other from time to time. No, but we have a great partnership here as far as everything we're doing together. I mean, we have our disagreements, but I think we mesh well together. Not to get too cheesy and too sentimental here, but I love you, man.
Does he complete you?
That was super awkward. But,
yeah, that was very weird too. I kind of wish. Yeah, I wish I would have. Wish I would have left that thought in my head and not said it out loud. But here we are. It's.
I don't know what to do with my hands. Yeah.
Very weird. So Eddie, what do you got on your end?
Nothing. I just wanted to come over here and talk about how awkward that was. So thank you for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. I love the fact that we're drawing even more attention to what just happened. That's perfect. I love it. All right. So, anyways, let's move right along here. So, as most people know, you're both sponsored by Onyx. Do you mind talking a little bit about how that partnership came to be?
Not at all. Go ahead.
You can.
Okay. Yeah. So we this would have been in November of 18. Yeah, November of 18. The partnership started, and I mean, they have been awesome from day one. I mean, they're first of all, it's a large company owned by Escalade, but it has a very familial feel to it because it's in Evansville, Indiana, and you feel those Midwestern roots, which are that's what I grew up around. And so that was the first thing I really noticed. We went into development immediately of the Premier paddle, and I mean they really did whatever it took to roll out a premier top of the line paddle that we think competes with any paddle in the marketplace. I mean we developed that for months and months together. I can be a bit of a perfectionist on those things.
A little bit.
And I mean any negative feedback I would give or any little tweak I would want to do on the prototypes, they would do it. And so we got to a point where we felt great about the paddle. They've been supportive of us from day one. Just everything about them, it's been a great relationship, and we've been very, very lucky that we found them and that we have them in our corner. So Lucy,
I agree. No, we've been really happy, and really, as Matt said, we can't say one bad word. Mm-hmm. And we're just fortunate that we have them, and they give us great paddles, great products. They're awesome people, so we're just so happy to represent them on and off the court.
Yeah, and what they did with the Dura, I think, was awesome. I mean, I love the fact that now they've added the Dura ball to their product portfolio. I mean, we
best ball in the market,
we strongly prefer the
yeah.
Dura. We'll leave it at that. We think it's the premier ball in the marketplace by a wide margin.
And so everybody knows Kyle Yates supports us as well with that one.
Yeah, so Kyle,
that's
shout out
great.
to you for the support on the Dura. But
thanks, Kyle.
I don't think he's alone in that feeling on it being the best ball out there. So we were really excited when that happened. Yeah, and so we just couldn't be more pleased, and there's nothing else to say on that.
Nice. Yeah, I feel like it's pretty obvious that you guys like feel great about the partnership that you have, because I feel like too many times a lot, like maybe not necessarily in pickleball, but a lot of pros just in sports in general, they just go to where the money is and not necessarily a product that they believe in. So it's good like when people like you guys like definitely believe in the product that you're sponsored by. Like it makes a huge difference. So I love to see stuff like that for sure. And what you were saying about the Dura ball, I feel like absolutely a huge majority of pro players absolutely prefer the Dura ball. Like no matter who they are, I like it's very like a very small group of people that prefer anything other than the Dura ball when it comes to turns. And I feel like there's no denying that. So yeah, definitely a great acquisition from Team Onyx there to get the Dura, no doubt about it.
Yeah, and I think it sent their signal to the marketplace that they're in this thing for the long haul. You know, that's a big investment to make, right? And so that made us feel good as well. Not that we ever questioned it. I wasn't suggesting that at all, but it just when they go in there and make an acquisition like that, it makes you feel good that okay, you know, this is a company that's in it for the long run. They've been supporting us for the last year and a half. They'll continue to support us. This is a good thing for everybody involved, and we try to support them. And represent the brand as best we can as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I got a couple more questions for you. One of them, it's for both of you. I'll start with Lucy here. What would you say is one of your favorite pickleball moments so far that involved both of you? And then what is a memory or a pickleball moment that you think is one of your favorite that did not involve both of you?
So I think from our mixed, it will be the first time at the US Open when we play and we won the 19 plus. I think that will be like, I will remember that forever. It was just, we didn't really know what we are doing, but we won. And then that may surprise Matt, but I think the first time we won a major, it was at TOC because we were in the finals before and nationals at US Open, and the first time in Utah, we won our mix, and that was a great feeling. And then I think that was the first time we won a major, and it was just like, okay, now we are, that's for real now. So we won. So I think that was those two were definitely the moments I will remember forever. And also third one when we won at nationals in Wells Tennis Garden. That was just the venue and the atmosphere and everything was just so awesome. And winning with Matt, it was great. So I will remember those moments for sure forever. And then from my women's doubles, I think the most special moment was winning US Open with Arena. That was the first US Open I've ever won because we didn't win it in mix yet. And it was just me and her, like we really wanted it and we just performed and we won. So that felt special.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, and for me, she just nailed the three matches that those would be my three favorite and most memorable mixed matches for sure. And oddly enough, the first mixed age we won at the US Open, for some reason that will always hold a special place for us, I think, because we didn't really know if we belong, we thought we'd compete at the highest level, but it just, I guess that confirmed it, and it was still all new to us. And so I think that'll always hold a special place. And then winning the 2018 US Open with Kyle was really cool. That was that center court atmosphere is always a lot of fun. And so that's a special win for sure. And then winning nationals with Daniel just before that, Daniel Moore, that was a good one too. And then the couple hard losses too, when we had match point, Dave and I did on Kyle and Ben. That's the one people talk about all the time, where we had some match points and had a couple epic points, one of which Kyle lobbed me, and they came back and beat us. That one will always sting a little bit. So Kyle, you can always have a little grin for that one. And then when Jack Oxler and I went to the first U.S. Open and we played Wes and Dan in the semis and we lost 12-10, 12-10, and it was just a grueling, epic battle with just long physical points. And we were so close, and I wanted, in retrospect, I would have loved to have gotten to the final with Jack. That would have been really, really cool because Jack's a very close friend of mine. So a couple points away, but we didn't quite get there. But those are some of the best memories for me.
Nice. Great stuff. And that lob that you mentioned from Kyle, I feel like in pickleball history, they refer to that as the lob heard around the world, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. That one is Lucy. Well, that one hurt. That one stung. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Hell of a shot.
Yeah, definitely.
Took a lot of guts. He pulled it off.
Whole month afterwards, people just still start lobbing him just for fun.
What people, yeah. We come back in practice and they throw up a lob and be like
lob,
and I get it and they go, phew, you got it.
Yeah.
But what people don't, if you go back and watch that match, what people forget is the point before. Kyle sped it up on me. It was on a match point, and I reflexed it inside out. And when it left my paddle, I remember thinking very vividly that it's over. I hit a winner. And in my mind, I thought I did. And he did kind of a stick save. I think he'll be the first to say it kind of went off his edge guard, hit the net, and trickled over. And the point goes on, and we end up losing it. And then they come back on the next point, and he lobs me on that one. So the lob was the one that everyone will remember. But I would say the point before was a little bit more of the miracle shot if you go back and watch it.
Yeah, that was probably
which I'd rather not.
The momentum shift.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, and then we were just, you could see we had no momentum after that. It was over. Yeah, after they got that game. So it was a great match for pickleball. Great night for pickleball.
Yeah, definitely a memorable, historic night. No doubt about that.
Yeah.
Eddie, anything going on social media?
Well, I just want to say tonight has been the largest interaction we've ever had with comments and questions on social media. So big thank you to all of you guys out there for throwing them in there. I wish I could get to every single one, but obviously we've already had them going for almost an hour and a half now. So I'm going to end with one more, and this is going to be the most critical question of the night.
Ooh.
Are you ready for it? And this comes from our friend Matt Loria. And Matt said, if Bill Nye, Elon Musk, or Michael Costa were the only males available for double partners, who would you choose and why? So this is a question for each of you. Bill Nye, Elon Musk, Michael Costa.
Okay, so I want to first of all know what the Michael Costa connection is, because that's a blast from the college past. Yeah. Michael Costa played tennis at Illinois, and we were big rivals as a team, Michigan and Illinois. You know what? I'm going to take Costa just because he goes back to my college days, and so we'll go from adversaries to teaming up, and Costa's my guy.
All right. And Lucy, what about you?
Well, I have to be honest and tell you I don't know any of these people. So because Michael Costa is obviously taken by Matt, I will go with Alan.
They're
He's
both
in the middle.
nerds. They're both nerdy guys, yeah. So.
Yeah, I would just take Alan because he's just in the middle sitting there, so why not?
Oh man, no love for Bill Nye, the science guy.
If Elon's your partner, then he could probably get you a cool car. So get you a nice
probably
Tesla
so.
for you. So
That's good.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
That's it for
Oh, okay. Now I know.
Nice. Well, thanks everybody for all the social media interaction. We appreciate you very much. So before we say goodbye to you guys, we'd like to give you each the opportunity to say whatever you would like to say to everybody tuning in, whether it's like where people can follow you, what you're up to, or anything. The microphone is yours.
Matt?
Well, first of all, thanks to you guys for having us on tonight. If we didn't get to all the questions, we'd be happy to do a round 2 down the road. So you know where to find us, and we're happy to do whatever we can to support you guys. So it's been a fun night, and we appreciate it. And to everyone else out there, first of all, to the pros, thanks for the good questions. You become good friends in our lives, and this has been a great thing in our lives. Pickleball has, and so is your friendship. So thank you for that, and to all the fans tuning in, thank you as well. We hope to see you out on the courts and at the tournaments, and we always enjoy it when people come up to us and introduce themselves and say hi. That's another thing that's a little unique versus, in a good way, versus the tennis world. Hopefully that you find the players a little more, hopefully you find them extremely approachable, and we like that, and we like getting to know the people as well. So please continue to do that. And
we have a little visitor here.
And we have a little visitor, I guess.
So if you heard
nice.
like color shaking, this is a little visitor, Sammy.
Yeah.
Hi.
So this is my rescue, Sammy. So
Hi.
she's been patiently waiting all night. So she's saying hi. And Lucy, anything you'd like to say?
Yes.
Hi, Sammy.
Hi, Sammy. Hi. Okay, we're gonna see here. Okay. So first of all, I would like to say thank you to you guys for having us here. I was looking forward to that since Florida when we discussed that, and Matt got on board. So it was a fun night for sure. Thank you for everybody for asking us questions. Thank you, pros, for recording our videos. We're gonna pay you back, so don't you worry. We are getting ready, I'm sure, to record some fun questions for you. And also, like, again, as Matt said, like, if you see us somewhere, just stop us, say hi. We are just like two people, like all of you guys, nothing special. So just let's play pickleball and have fun.
Awesome.
Oh, and Ashley just said, and Ashley just said hi, Sammy, and we're sending a shout out to
Frankie.
Yeah, there you go.
And Zoe.
Those are Ashley and Patrick's 2 dogs, Frankie and Zoe. So they're miniature schnauzers as well. So we hit it off with them too. So
okay,
we look forward to seeing them again soon, Ashley. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Lucy. It was awesome meeting you in person at the Florida Grand Slam. I'll admit I was a little starstruck at first, but you were super nice, and right away you made it a lot. It was just a very nice interaction, and you're such a nice person. I can't thank both of you enough for being here tonight. And Matt, hopefully I get a chance to meet you in person very soon, especially since we're going to be partnering up in 2021. So we need to
exactly.
We need to
get some rec games in. There you go.
Oh, wait, I have a question. Do you have is my video coming at the end, or how does that work?
What's that? What'd you say?
Is my video that we recorded coming later today, or it's not happening? I just want to know if you're prepared.
So it's not happening tonight, but don't worry, the world will see that video very, very soon.
That's awesome. I can't wait.
It turned out great. It's going to be awesome. And so everybody who has no idea what we're talking about, just stay tuned to the Eddie and Webby YouTube channel, because there is going to be some great videos from the Florida Grand Slam coming up, and Lucy plays a very big part in those videos.
like this big.
I think it's going to be the highlight of the videos. Don't worry, and it's probably going to be it's going to be like a 6-part series, and I feel like that video is probably going to be in every single one of them.
Great. And it's like 4 seconds long. So, but stay tuned.
Right? No, it's awesome. It's great stuff. But yeah, seriously, thank you guys very, very much for being here. This has been such a fun night, and like Eddie said, by far the most social interaction we've had so far, and it's been awesome. Can't thank you guys enough, and I hope you both have a great night.
Thanks again, guys. Let's do it again. Appreciate it.
For sure. Round 2 will definitely happen.
Ooh.
Sounds good.
All right. Nice.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys. Good night.
Good night.
All right. See ya. Man, that was such a fun and cool episode. That was another one of my favorites. I loved talking to both of them.
Yeah, I agree. I think prior to this, again, they didn't there weren't many channels or opportunities for a lot of these pros to be able to go on podcasts and kind of, bring their non-pickleball side out to the world. And I'm so happy that we were able to give Matt and Lucy the platform to be able to talk a little bit about themselves, how they are together, and things that go on outside of pickleball.
Yeah, for sure. And a lot of people don't realize this. When we were doing that show back then, I think there were only like 3 other podcasts that had ever existed before ours, and most of them weren't even doing new episodes anymore. So for a while, I feel like we were like the only option for a new podcast out there. And I thought we brought like a nice, young, fresh take to pickleball and the pickleball world and podcasting. So very cool, very fun to be a part of pickleball history like that.
I agree. Now there's about 1 billion pickleball podcasts that are out there.
Yeah.
And we're happy. We support most of them. Some of them.
Yeah.
Most
probably,
of them are
maybe 7 of them.
yeah. With 7 out of the million we like. Totally kidding. We love the fact that there's other, content creators and podcasters in the space.
Yeah.
As we mentioned, though, Matt and Lucy starred in some of the best Jigsaw Health commercials that are out there. And Webby, tell me again, how do you like to stay hydrated from Jigsaw Health products?
Well, I like to start my day with a pickleball cocktail. I really like the blue raspberry. I used to like the orange. I still like the orange, but the blue raspberry became my favorite of those 2 flavors. And then when I'm playing pickleball, I like the fruit punch Electrolyte Supreme.
Well, I'm also a big fan of the pickleball cocktail, the blue raspberry flavor as well. In addition to that, I just started taking their collagen boost product, which I'm really happy with. And on top of that, I have a daily regimen that consists of the Mag SRT, adrenal cocktail, and cod liver oil. At Jigsaw Health, it's fun to feel good. These products make me feel good. If you want to try some of these products that will likely make you feel good, go to jigsawhealth.com, use coupon code PB for life10, and that's going to get you what, Webby?
That's going to get you $10 off your order.
That's right. Not only is it going to give you some great products, it's going to help us as well, which we really appreciate. Jigsawhealth.com, PB for life10, $10 off the order. That's all we're going to say about that. And what else I'm going to say here tonight is that if you guys want us to bring back any old episodes from back in the day in the vault of so many great interviews with these pros, let us know in the comments below, and we'll bring you Just the Pickle for them as well. And on that note, I'm Eddie.
And until next time, this is Webby, not Eddie, signing off.
So yeah.
Pickleball.